This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Corielli and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Pete and Sebastian Show. Hey, baby, we're back. I'm trying to do like, I don't know, old radio. Sebastian Maniscalco on the other end, looking chipper, my man. What's up, bro? Getting ready to watch this weekend before we go into anything. Going with the Irishman again this weekend, Jackie and I.
Wow.
Yeah. And I gotta say, dude, and I know I said this when it came out, that like 10-minute, 15-minute run where you're in it, you know, your whole story's playing out, that's the closest thing to Goodfellas in that film. I fucking love that part, bro. Should be on set right now in another film. Everybody should be doing their shit. I can't take it. Anyway.
Hey, man, you're preaching to the choir over here, man. It's a constant struggle trying to get through this damn thing. Where do I want to go today?
Yeah.
Here, let me start by saying Lana and I went to we have a storage unit, so we went to go clean that out. This is how bored we are.
Wow, man. Interesting. Is it like if you didn't go to it and they auctioned it off, would it be a good haul, or is it just like, you know, clothes and shit? Well, I mean, can you?
Yeah. It's got like a lot of. I don't know if you've ever been in storage unit, attic stuff where you like sock away old memories or what have you.
Yeah.
The problem with cleaning out a storage unit is half of the time you start looking at like old pictures and then you're not even cleaning it out. It's
Right. So it's almost like the attic of your house, but instead of the attic, you go to the storage unit and look around.
yeah, like like Lana took some modeling photos way back when, and I'm ripping her to shreds on that. And you end up having more of like a walk down memory lane than you actually do cleaning out the storage shed, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And what she wants to save, I don't want to save. It's that whole yin and yang.
Well, that's why you got the storage unit, so you don't have to have that argument. That's the place you're supposed to throw it. You know what I'm saying? So it's filling up.
It's one of those things. It's like put it in the storage unit and you never go and get it anyway. So it's like, get rid of this. We had a lot of kids stuff in there that we donated, like stuff that Serafina grew out of.
Yeah.
But here's one thing I found that was quite interesting. I found my first, and I framed this, my first paycheck I ever got for doing stand-up comedy, $15 from the Comedy Store.
Oh.
I framed it, never cashed it. And I'm like, why is this in the storage unit? Shouldn't be on display somewhere, like in my bedroom or my closet or whatever. Not that I'm going to hang.
Bedroom.
Not bedroom. Sorry. My I have like a little closet. Bro.
Comedy. You sold out the Garden, 4 shows. You broke records. This shit should be in like the Comedy Museum or the fucking Smithsonian. It should be in the lobby in a glass case at the Hard Rock, at the Wynn. Call the Wynn and go, I got my first paycheck. Let's put it in a glass case in the lobby of the Wynn. Bro, top of your game. It would be no different than saying, like, who we compare to top of their game right now. If you're like, oh, hey, Eddie Vedder's got his first paycheck for doing a gig with Pearl Jam and the fucking... That's, I don't know. Anyway,
no, I mean, I like where your head's at. I like where your head's at.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? There's a comedy museum out in.
That's what I'm talking about. The one in Jamestown.
Yeah, Jamestown.
Yeah.
But then
I'm sure they could use a new item. With the pandemic, they're probably hanging on by a thread like the rest of the world. Right? Not a lot of people going to risk their life to see George Carlin's pants from his second fucking live show.
It really is a phenomenal museum. I should call them to see if they need some money.
I know. Well, I do want to go see it, and I was planning on going to see it, and then this shit hit, and then you got to prioritize, Jackie wanted me to go to Walmart yesterday to get a rack to dry clothes. I'm like, you want me to risk my life for a $10 rack from China? By the way, it's like insane.
They don't have the virus anymore. It's gone.
They ran out from putting it on packages, rubbing it on packages, and mailing them to us.
Can you run out of the virus?
By the way, bro, are they making the vaccine in India? Did you see that shit in the news? A factory in India that was making the vaccine blew up, bro. Are we getting our vaccine from Bombay? What the fuck, guy? I thought this shit was being made outside of Princeton, New Jersey, with all the scientists overlooking it. What are you, fucking emailing in the directions to, Sinjay? How many quarts do we add to the... Oh, what the fuck? The whole factory burnt down, bro. It's in the news. God, now we're doing 2 a week. Well, like CNN, we're on top of everything.
I didn't even know they were outsourcing the production of the vaccine. I'm with you. I thought this was in-house in the States.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, maybe India's making it for the people of India, but you would think if anyone's making it anywhere in the world, we're getting a piece of that fucking action, right? I mean, 10%. Everybody fork it over. What the fuck? Oh wait, bro, that's total. I can't do that anymore.
Do what?
I can't do that. I forgot. Oh man.
What?
I've been watching my Tucker Carlson. I got to get my. You can't say stuff about America being the best anymore. Like how I just joked, like we should get 10% of everybody's vaccine because we're America. It's fucking patriotic. I mean, I'm Russian. A guy should be saying the same thing in Russian, right? We should get 10% of everybody's. We got Moscow, right? Every country should feel that way. If you don't feel that way about your country, that's not my fucking problem.
I agree. I agree. I mean, yeah. It's like you want stuff for your own family, right? It's like you want stuff for your own family. It's the same thing.
Family and friends and everyone and my country, everybody, all my fellow people.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, like when you fly home and you land and you're like, it's just so good to be back in the States, baby, right? Like, did they say that everywhere? I think I brought this up before. Like if you're living in, I don't know, Kazakhstan, you're coming in for a landing, wheels down in Kazakhstan, and you're like, so good to be back in Kazi, baby, right?
I think, home is where the heart is, man. I think when you land, it's the first thing you say is, it's great to be back. Obviously, if you live in the United States, I think it's a little bit more prevalent than other countries that maybe aren't as fortunate as us to have a fabulous country, but...
Right, but I want everybody, the whole world. I want prosperity. I'm just proud of my country.
Why not?
I can say that, guy. I don't even think I.
You can't say you're proud. Well, I think you can't.
Boys.
Oh God, I forgot. Yeah,
you can't say.
No,
proud.
but I think. Listen, I think yesterday. I think now after the inauguration, I think you could say now that you're proud of being American. I think that's. I think that was in the inauguration speech.
Unity. Does Biden know who's in there? That's an edit. What are we doing?
It's not an edit. Put that in.
All right. All right. Whoa, bro. I feel like I'm watching The Irishman right now. Put that in. All right. Anyway, what were you talking about, bro?
Speaking of the inauguration, we were on the storage unit, but hey, it's like it's how the show goes, man. It's like it starts with one thing, the next thing you know. By the way, the inauguration I didn't watch. I was golfing yesterday.
Nice,
but I don't watch anything live anymore. I just don't do it. It's like nowadays with the amount of access you have to, it's like if I want to see something, I come home, put it on my computer, inauguration, J-Lo. It's up, by the way. The entertainment that they had.
I know.
J-Lo, Gaga. I think John Legend was there. And Trump had Vanilla Ice. I mean, it's just like it's like
if you have Vanilla Ice, don't you just have nobody? Right? I mean, right? It's like going to the dance. Who can I get? Forget it. I'll go alone. I mean, holy shit. Now, to your point about the inauguration, I didn't see it either. But the entertainment level, I mean, boy, did all the top stars come back out in droves to the point where my daughter in second grade, they put it on in the class. They had the class. And when Sadie got back in the car, she said, "Goodbye, Trump," like that. And I'm like, oh, somebody's mimicking somebody. I'll tell you, dude.
Oh, God.
I'm going to start a social history class. It's going to be the point where you can only teach history on the weekends in your basement. Yeah. Yeah, tell your friends. Here's a flyer. We're going to talk about Paul Revere next week. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody nothing. It's getting crazy out there.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no, yeah. So Sadie was saying Lady Gaga, J-Lo, and man, here we go. Cheers with my coffee to new times, baby.
New
right?
times, new guy. Let's see what he's got. I'm that type of guy. Whoever's in there, just want to see what they got and how it affects me personally.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. We'll see. It said 100 days, 100 million vaccines. I don't know if somebody's better be picking up L.A. slack.
Yeah, I don't know.
In Chicago, the goal is to have the whole damn state vaccinated by May. My buddy called me. Yeah, May. I go. Yeah, the goal in L.A. is to have everybody dead by May.
And there'll be like 10 people left, and they'll go, "Oh, well, we can vaccinate these guys." That we got. Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, what a shit show.
I feel like it's starting to. Figure it out and get it out there. I guess I don't expect it for a while, so I don't what are you going to do? I mean, life goes on to a certain extent.
Life does go on. And by the way, and I'll get to the point here, but when I say those things, I know your father had passed away from COVID. I hope you don't take offense that I said everybody dead in L.A.
You know what? I didn't even put two and two together. This show is an escape for me. Thank you. Now I'm choked up.
No,
I really didn't. I get it. I totally do. But I appreciate you saying that.
But it's going to lead me to my next point.
All right.
And I forgot to tell you this.
Yeah.
I got a request to do a podcast about a month ago. The guy's name is slipping my mind. But, every once in a while I get these requests. Hey, you want to do my podcast? You want to do my podcast? And I was like, do I want to do a podcast for? I get on, I say the same stuff.
Right.
But this guy sent a link about his story. This guy, 8 years old. He's in his garage. He's playing with a gasoline tank. Like how boys do. And I guess he lit a match and basically blew up the garage with himself in it. 90% of his body on fire, burnt, third-degree burns, and probably ain't going to make it. I mean, the doctors, I think this is not going to make it. But this all happened in St. Louis, and Joe Buck, famous announcer in St. Louis, got wind. Is it Joe? Who's the father? They got Buck, the guy now. Joe, is it Joe Buck? Do you know?
I'm not sure. No, I don't.
Oh God, what the hell's his name?
Famous broadcaster, right?
Broadcaster. I know his son's Joe. Is his son Joe? Anyway, the eldest Buck got wind of it. Went into the hospital and told the kid, "You're going to make it, kid." And the kid couldn't see, but he knew the voice because he's a big St. Louis Cardinals fan. Long story short, this guy ends up coming out of it. the interesting point of the story is that the kid lost his fingers. He had like nubs. And Buck sent him an autographed Ozzie Guillen baseball. And he said, if you want another baseball from another baseball player, you got to write a thank you note to Ozzie Guillen. And you have to write it. So the kid ends up writing 64 thank you notes because he wrote the thank you note to Guillen, got another ball. Then he wanted another ball. So that was his motivation to learn to write again.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. This guy's a motivational speaker, book, he's married, he's got 4 beautiful kids. I go, I got to meet this guy. I got to do his podcast.
Unbelievable story.
All right. So I'm on the guy's podcast. And he's talking about my physicality, my facial expressions, how I act out the jokes. I said, yeah, you know, in today's society, you basically got to light yourself on. And I'm like, oh my God. Now, I've said this line before when people ask me. Basically, the line is I got to set myself on fire for people to pay attention because people got no attention span anymore.
Right.
And I've always said it in interviews and whatnot, but I said it to a guy that lit himself on fire, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. Right.
I go to the guy, oh my God. Because I didn't say lit, I cut it off at lit yourself. I go, bro, I'm so sorry, man. I normally, that's kind of, just blanked. He's like, oh, no, you got to finish the sentence though. He goes, I'm going to make you finish that sentence.
Oh, this is getting awkward. Oh, gosh. I'm starting to get a little hot under the collar just hearing this. Whoa.
So I said, hey, I said, you light yourself on fire. But I said, I totally had a brain fart there. He goes, oh, don't worry about it. But I was like, oh, my God. The one guy that burned 90% of his body, I do that line to, and I'm like, what the hell? Let's talk about the storage. Let's talk about the storage unit.
There's my favorite show that you haven't watched yet called Animal Kingdom. I'm going into season 4, but my favorite character probably in it is Ellen Barkin. They call her Smurf, and she had big story plot in it. Storage facility, just like yours, in California. That's where she kept all her goods, man. So you never know. You have no idea. The person next to you could be a bank robber putting fucking jewelry, pardon me, trying not to curse, putting jewelry in there, wait until time goes by to fence it. So if they did an auction, yours would suck. Memory, photos and shit. And, you know, they want money and shit.
Listen. I often thought that when I'm walking down the storage unit, if you took every one of these garage doors and flung them open, right?
Yeah.
And you started looking in there going, what the hell is this guy doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many of those you think, out of 100 garages, how many of the storage units would you look into and have that reaction? A percentage. What would you say?
Well, I mean, when you say what the hell is he doing, like out of 100, are you saying how many is something illegal inside?
Not illegal, weird. Like if you open one up and it's got the whole thing is stuffed animals.
Out of 100, I'd say like what the fuck weird. I'd say I'm thinking at least 67, 68, man. Come on, that's why you get those things, right? That's what they're for. Dead bodies and shit, stuffed dogs. Absolutely.
So you think 70% of the garages are there because they got weird things they're storing? Like you walked into mine, you'd see kids' stuff, you'd see some fabric from some couches we had made, and the extra wallpaper, extra tile.
You ever watch Storage Wars?
No.
Well, that's a show where they flip them
Yeah.
open and then you can't go in, but you can peek. And yours would be terrible. They would be pissed for auctioning, like, for yours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's nothing like Lana found her old gym bag, her gymnastic gym bag with the wrist straps she used to wear. I was from Memphis, Tennessee.
How old was she when she wore that stuff?
15, so she was probably about 30. It's probably 30 years old, and she smelled the bag. She's, it still smells like fucking sweaty feet.
Pedophilia, black market. Pedophilia, black market. Not even kidding, bro. Are you kidding me? 13-year-old girls, gym shit, and it still smells like her. Bro, listen, this whole show's fucked up.
This is a fucked up show.
But I'm telling you, there's wackos out there, man. Probably a black market for that stuff. You never know. Out of 100 storage units, do you think there's one corpse of some sort? A mummified child? Bro. You're an LA guy. You are in LA, man.
Oh my God. Are you talking in LA or are you thinking a storage unit across the country? Is there a body?
Oh, yeah. If tomorrow the FBI raided every storage unit in America, I'd say 10 corpses.
Yeah, but a corpse smells. How are you going to get away with that?
Nah, you can do a wrap job and mummify it. Yeah. God, where's Lou when you need him? Yeah. You could mummify a body. Absolutely, bro. What are you talking about?
I know, but if you mummify a body, does that take away the stench?
Yeah. Like, come on. You ever hear they got into the house and the guy's wife was wrapped in stuff for 3 years she was there. Like the smell eventually, actually no, but you got to mummify. If you wrap it, yeah, I think you'd be fine. I think. I don't know. Could you? I don't want to get into that, but can I? I better not. Well, can I flip it around and ask you something?
Yeah.
I don't know where we're at, but so the other day, Sadie has a girlfriend of hers come over for a play date on the weekend, right? Another 7-year-old, been here for 3 hours. Wonderful young girl, classmate. They do the slime, da-da-da. I think I was doing the last cast with you, the one midweek that we just did. So when we finished, I came out. They still were going to be here for about a half hour. Now, I got Sadie from Santa, this big... She does karate now. It's this big kickboxing thing, and these things light up, and you hit it, and it goes, gotcha, knockout. So I hold it up, and they start punching it, and every time they hit it, I'm falling back, and they're dying laughing. Now, nobody, is touching me, right? I'm falling back. And then at one point, I go to walk away, and each of them grabs you do that thing, a kid puts his body around your foot so you can't walk. It's like if you... And I don't move because I got a kid that's not mine on one foot. You know what I'm saying, bro? And I'm like, Sadie, no, guys, no playing around like this. No. And, and they stopped right away. And then we just did the boxing thing again. And, and nobody, and I'm not talking pandemic. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about just question to you. Is it okay to play fight with another person's child if your child is involved in that play fight?
No, man. In 1970? Yeah. Right?
I'm totally with you. That's why, hitting the thing is nothing. I was just holding it up for them like a body bag. They weren't touching me. But that's why I shut it down because that's unheard of. What?
Did you shut it down because you felt uncomfortable, or did you shut it down because the environment we're living in today?
Oh, God, I shut it down because I felt uncomfortable. As soon as, like I said, when I'm holding this big bag, that's fine. We can do that for 20 minutes. No, I'm just holding it like a boxing trainer. No one's touching me. But once you guys started to wrestle my feet, and I said, no, we're not doing any of that. Then when Sadie's friend left, I said to Sadie, listen, your father only wrestles with you. Do you understand? Or your cousins, my brother's kids. That's it, all right? I don't wrestle. And when you go to other people's house, do you wrestle with their dad? And she's like, oh, no, I'd never. I'm like, all right, just making sure. You're right there with that, right, bro?
No, I'm with you here. I'll give you another scenario, though.
Yeah.
You're in the pool with your kid,
Yeah.
and she's got a friend there, and you're throwing the kid in the water, and then the kid goes, "Oh, can you throw me, Mr. Corielli?" You go, "Nah."
No, that's a great question. And we have good friends we go to the pool with, and no, that's a different thing. I throw all the kids. I do.
What's the difference? You're getting a kid.
The difference is that dad is sipping a beer with his shades on, eyeballing me like the fucking Secret Service, So everything's on the up and up, and he's like, you're playing, and I'm friends with the dad, Like when this girl left, her father, who I just met, I've seen him at the gym, and he's a nice man. He's standing in my doorway. I go, come on in. And he's standing there, and she goes, Daddy, we beat up Sadie's daddy. We played fight and beat up Sadie. And I look at him and I go, I held the bag. And they hit the bag and I pretended I was falling down. And he's like, oh. Because right away, I'm sure he was like, what the heck? Yeah. You're fucking wrestling with my kid? She's here 3 hours and you're capping it off with a wrestling match? She's 7 and a girl.
If it's boys, does it make a difference?
Yeah, it does make a little bit of a difference because people like you and I, we're cool. But like, if I dropped my boy off at some guy's house and he's like balding down the middle with thick glasses and they're foggy and he's like, we wrestled. I'm like, hey, 911, I'm not even going to leave. I'm going to be fucking standing here at the doorway. We're doing a DNA test before we leave anyway. Or whatever. What do you call it? Fucking guy. You know what I'm saying? How about you, right?
So you're saying based on how we look, it's okay. Like if I didn't know you as a father, right, and I had my kid come over, and Caruso came over, was 8 years old, and you had a son, and I come to pick up Caruso, and I go, "What'd you guys do, Caruso?" And I go, "Oh, we wrestled with Mr. Corielli." I go, nothing happened.
Of course not. Yeah. Bro, look at my hair. Pedophiles don't have hair, guy. They lose their hair because they're so worried they're going to get busted any fucking second because they know that shit's crazy. Look at us. I would look at you, same thing. I'd be like, oh, what did he do? Hold you down here, That's what I'm saying, right?
Oh, God.
So anyway, then... Sadie, I pick her up from school first day back, and she goes, "Oh, it was so funny." Her friend said to the teacher in front of her, she goes, let's say the friend's name is Nancy. I always use Nancy. Nancy said to our teacher, "Sadie's dad beat us up yesterday. We wrestled with him, and we beat up Sadie's dad yesterday." And I go, "What did the teacher say?" And Sadie's like, "Oh, she was like, oh, like that." And I was like, "Oh, because she was what?"
Yeah, sure. She was writing down. What happened?
She's writing down notes and speed dial and child services with her other hand. Absolutely, bro. I'm expecting a knock on the door any minute. Absolutely. It's unbelievable. By the way, not to segue into this, weirdly enough, but Caruso is, bro, he skipped cute. Like I said, this guy's like handsome. Already handsome. Your daughter, too. I saw her, by the way, smashing those things on you, those suction things on your forehead.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me how your daughter is hitting you with everything she's got, and they have no concept yet.
None.
Of it's interesting. You'll see when she starts to get a little older, and you got to go, whoa, hey, listen, that actually hurt.
Well, no, she was doing this full thrust.
Yeah.
And what really kind of hurt was when she started taking them off my head and
knocking them off. Yeah.
Now, it happens so quick because you get so enough, but then she's laughing, so it's like that supersedes any pain. Like if if my daughter makes me bleed,
Yeah.
and she's dying laughing, I go with the laugh over the bleed, right?
Yeah. Wow.
It's no.
No, it's fascinating. I mean, seriously, you almost sound like Robin Williams, you know? If I'm in pain, but they're laughing, the laughter is better than the pain, you know what I mean? It's pretty heavy, actually, when you think about it. You know? It's the same. It's the same concept. She's knocking these things, pulling your skin awfully close to the $200,000 plugs. If we go back to season 2, but you're letting her because she's laughing, and you're just a comic. At the end of the day, you're just a comic.
That's it. I'm just that laugh, especially out of my daughter or my son, is like gold. It's better than making 20,000 people laugh at once. That laugh, if I could get her going like that, gold.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah.
So
That's what I remember.
I mean, those again, silver lining here on the pandemic. That might have not happened if I was in St. Louis doing a show. So you get these times with your kids that can't. It's like ingrained in her head now. Although, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything from 3.5 years old?
Not so much. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You technically might have been able to, up until now, just plop them both in front of a television. Not really. Somehow they do, I feel like you have images. Do you remember anything from when you were 3?
I mean, here and there, glimpses. I remember little moments. I remember sitting at the kitchen table in this apartment that we had, and we had a bird cage above the table off to the left. I remember talking to my mom. I don't know what we were saying, but you just remember little bursts.
Yes. Same thing, same thing.
But here's an interesting dynamic now that we're in this technology age where we're filming all this stuff, right? And then playing it back. Like Serafina, I'll film and she's like, let me see. And I'll show her what we just filmed. Does that give you another layer of memory in the brain when you do something and then you watch it back and then you're able to recall it when you're 21 years old? I don't know. We haven't seen that yet, but
it's like, think about it. If you grew up and you're going to work at 21 years old, what was that? Was that the United Airways when you were cold caller for United?
Yeah.
You're on your way to work, and as you commute, and you're like, let me take a look at myself playing soccer when I was 2. And you just, because you have it on your phone because someone sent it to you. So it's always there. That is kind of weird. I wouldn't want that.
Well, here's another question you bring up. When you're 21 and your life has basically been videoed and photoed, do you have those videos now on your phone? Will Serafina have her baby photos on her phone?
If she wants it, though, that's what I'm saying. By the time Serafina is old enough to have her own phone, what's to say she can't turn around and text Lana and go, Mom, me and my friends are all sharing baby photos. Can you send me a couple baby photos? Do you have them on your phone or on your computer? Sure, I'll send them to you. Boom. And then you got it. I just got my birth certificate the other day.
For what?
When I went through my dad's stuff, when I went home, his files and stuff, I found my birth certificate in there. My brothers and sisters weren't in there. And I said to my mother, where are theirs? And she's like, they're adults. They got them years ago. So I go, well, I'm taking mine then. I was born at 8 o'clock in the morning. I knew I was a morning guy. So, let alone a photo of myself. I mean, but our kids are going to grow up with all that, right? I mean, whoa, sorry.
Right.
And then they're going to meet a guy. And first date, you want to see a photo of me when I was in Little League, when I was in 3? And then everything's lost. Then you don't have that thing where where you could say, probably said the line on a date where you described how good you looked in your soccer uniform.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you lose that description, and then having the person make a mental image of what you might have looked like that as a kid. Now it's all there. It's video, it's photos, it's the whole thing. There's no imagination anymore. There's nothing.
Yeah, I got a great example of that. Do you mind me saying real quick?
Yeah.
There's a place in Jamestown, the same place where the comedy thing is, where there's this porcelain statue. There's this old cemetery, and there's this porcelain statue of a woman in a wedding dress. And it's almost basically life-sized, and it's all glass encased. And you can even Google it. And the story for years has always been, even when I started dating Jackie, and we ended up going for a drive through Jamestown, she's like, oh, I want to show you the tomb of a woman. She was killed, sadly, in a car accident in the limousine or something on her wedding night, or somehow she was killed on her wedding night. And the father, who was rich, had her buried, had her dress cleaned, and had her buried in her dress and had it glass encased, you know? And then you go and you see it and you're like, oh my God, you know? It's like, so, right. Now, we tell Sadie about this. Now, she's 7, and we've driven by a few times, and you try and look and you can't see it. So last week, Jackie goes, so Sadie, after we get the skis on our way home, we're going to stop and we're going to go in the cemetery and show you the woman in the wedding dress. Sadie was so excited, right? We go in, we're driving around, we finally find it. There it is, Park. It's snowing, so we all get out, we're running through the snow, and you look up, it's glass encased, bro, totally cool. It's a dress, but you can't tell if it's like coping, like that light cement, or is it coated in cement? Is it really a dress, you know? As an adult, you can start to look at it a little and tell, I don't know, I don't think this is a real dress. So what do? We're driving home? Oh, we Google it. Turns out it's all a statue, and the woman died of tuberculosis, and the rich husband paid a guy from Italy to make a statue that looked like and then when we're done telling the story, Sadie goes, she's in the back of the car, and she goes, I wish it was just that she died on a wedding night. That was the coolest story. Ruined because of Google. Right, bro? I mean, I love not knowing anything. That all bullshit was what got us through.
That's what I'm saying, man. This is like, it's a blessing and a curse, this Google. You know, there's some great stuff that's got, but then sometimes it just crashes a beautiful story.
Yeah.
By the way, is Sadie still in a car seat?
Yeah, she's, well, not a car seat. What do you call it? That just the thing that makes her a little higher.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, when did they get out? When did they get out of the car seat? I mean, how old are we talking?
I don't know. Like, when I sometimes now around town, I let her sit in the front with me and work the radio, and then we pull in, and Jackie's always mad. What are you doing? She can't be in the front. I'm like, what? When can she? I don't know. I mean, the kid's tall. We're good.
Yeah. Well, Serafina's like, she's like, Daddy, I can't wait till I ride up there with you. And I was ready to pull the car over and go, get up here.
I'm surprised you were gonna pull over. I thought you'd just be like, climb over. Don't step on the armrest.
I thought it was the cutest thing I've ever heard. I was like, oh, like, get up here. What I got for 7.5 years? I gotta go. So anyway, I mean, come on.
I know. I'm trying to teach a lesson through my eyes in the fucking mirror. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you, bro. Wait till you, have you let us sit on your lap yet and steer in a parking lot or anything?
We drive around the neighborhood.
Like with her on your lap driving them?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And she's steering. And I go, hey, straighten it out, But then I had to put a kibosh on this because she was starting the car. I'm like, this kid finds the keys. She's off and running.
Are you kidding me, man? I came out to the car once and she had it started too. And I'm like, you don't press the button. How did you know to step on the gas? Because I seen you. But dude, our kids, by the time they're 13 years old, they're going to fucking be hitting the road. They'll meet each other in Kansas. Shit. That's a thing too, man. I mean, do you think when your daughter is old enough Do you think she could sneak out on you and you wouldn't wake up in the middle of the night? Do the thing where they sneak out and get back before you wake up?
Well, let me tell you, I used to sleepwalk when I was a kid. So about 8, 9 years old, I got out of bed, came downstairs, took a bite out of an apple, and walked out the screen door, and I ended up next door at my neighbor's house. So I rang the doorbell. My neighbor came to the door in a negligee. I remember, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And she let me in. She called my mom, and then she said, "Do you know where your son is?" And they're like, "Yeah, he's sleeping." He goes, "He's here in my bedroom."
Oh, whoa.
And
like a start of a good porno. Get me all hopped up, bro. And I'll send them back over to you in about 30 minutes, Rose.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Come on.
8 years old, man. That was if I was 15, that's a story. Okay.
All right, you're right. 8 years old, man. Did she when you were over there, did she wake you up, or when did you realize you were not home?
I remember doing all of this, so I was conscious, but I was sleepwalking. And that's a fear I got. My kids just opening up the side door, and they're off.
Oh,
I don't know. Listen, I wake up if the house creaks, I'm up. However, with this new fasting I've been doing, just eating soup, olives, and crackers.
Yeah.
My deep sleep has gone from 45, 50 minutes a night to an hour and 20, where I'm starting to dream again. And remember my dreams. With the food that I was eating, I think, and the alcohol intake, my sleep was so light that I wasn't getting recharged at night.
Wow.
But I got to tell you.
Wow, man, that's fascinating.
The food I've been eating has definitely been affecting not only my sleep, but I was so inflamed. Like my belly was, it still is, but my belly, you could tell, was a lot of visceral fat.
Inflamed visceral fat? I mean, what am I, a nurse? I don't know what the fuck you're saying, guy. What are these terms? What do you mean
visceral fat is the fat
inflamed? What does that mean? The interior?
Like bloated. A lot of bloating, not necessarily.
Got heavy?
What?
You got heavy?
Yeah, heavy, but you start to see like the stomach kind of protrude out, and it's like a lot of visceral fat which lies around the waistline.
Oh, that's what that means. All right.
And I was, and now doing this fast for 4 days, that bloatedness, it's not fat where it's blubber. It's like the belly kind of protrudes out a little bit. And then
if I have ice cream 2-3 nights in a row, I got that right there. And I'm like, that's ice cream. I look at it and I go, that's ice cream. Disgusting. Yeah. But I mean, for me, disgusting. I'm not saying you're such, but yeah, all right, I'm with you. Wow.
So this I dropped about 4 pounds. Listen, I started I started January 1st at 205 and a half, which is, I think the heaviest I've ever been was 207 and a half, coming off a cruise with Lana's family after we did the cruise in Alaska. I couldn't even fit in my pants. But 205 and a half is pretty heavy. I'm down now to 198. Nice. Now we're 20 days into the month. I'm down to 198 and dropping more. I want to get to about 185. That's my ideal fighting weight.
Well, that's good though that it's been a nice slow going down. I feel like that's fat that's weight that you're not going to put right back on because you're losing it properly, seemingly over time. You know what I mean? Like if you lost 6 pounds in 3 days, I'd be like, well, shit, guy.
Yeah, it's not like this is rapid. I mean, 20 days, 7 pounds. I think a lot of it's been water. I think a lot of it's been not drinking. You know,
That is rapid, actually. That's more than I realize.
Well, I think I eliminated a lot of stuff. I mean, listen, when you start eliminating bagels in the morning, wine at night, cheese, sushi with soy sauce, which is high in sodium. You start eliminating that, you start seeing the pounds fly off, and it's not like because you're doing some drastic diet. It's just like you basically eliminated a lot of the stuff that was putting the weight on. So, I don't know. After I come out of this, I got a whole new diet. Everything is going to be light, fruit, fish, vegetables. I feel good, man. I feel clear-headed. I feel like I start shooting the show February 8th for Discovery Plus. I think
Nice.
we got some really, really cool ideas for that, which I can't wait to get into. And, I'll be vaccinated, probably beginning of 2038.
That's it, baby.
So, oh God. What else did I have for you? What else you got? You got. I heard you had some questions.
Well, no. I've been kind of asking as we go, but I wanted to say, you should say to your manager, try and find me a movie role where the guys, I have to lose weight for the part. You know what I mean? Like one of those where you got the part, but before we start filming, right? If Spielberg told you before we start filming, I just need you to get down to 170. For Steven Spielberg, you get down to 170. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I was talking to Lana about that. With my life, I feel like I've often lost weight when something big is on the horizon, whether it be a special, a wedding. Like when I got married, I was at 182. It's the lightest I've ever been in my adult life, I think. So I always work better with things that are big, that I'm getting ready for. But I want to make it more of a lifestyle now than, okay, you got the TV show that shoots February 8th to March 26th. And at March 27th, I'm going to hop back on the cheese wagon again.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Especially now, getting, almost 50 in 3 years. I just want to be, here.
Yeah. I don't want
to. I got a January 31st. I got a doctor's appointment checking the levels, right?
Yeah.
And those are always like anxiety for me because I go in there, he's going to draw the blood, and then I get the call, right?
I know. Yeah. I know.
Get the call. And the first thing I tell him, I think I told you this before. He's like, "Hey, this is the doctor." And then the first question, am I dying? That's what I ask him. Am I dying?
Yeah, I know. Shit, man. He's probably like right away telling him, "Listen, we got to put a rush on his tests before this guy gets home. He's already freaking out." Do you make your own doctor's appointments, by the way, or does Lana set all that up?
I make my own doctor's appointment, and you bring up a good point. Everything is so quick now, right? You want Amazon, you want some Amazon, it's here in 2 hours. Blood test, 48 hours. Why are we waiting so long for these results?
Oh, I don't know. I know. I went to the dentist 2 days ago. They put this thing that went around my head, sit my ass in the chair. No sooner I sit in the chair, I'm looking up at my entire jaw structure. Right? Instantly, man. Yeah. Another implant, by the way. Boy, I got more titanium in me than a bionic man. I go, what's this thing made of? He goes, same thing your hip's made of. I'm like, holy shit. Fucking, you got a magnet. It's just going to fly out of your hand and stick to me. I don't know, though, bro. It is insane.
How is the hip, though?
Hip feels good, man. Hip feels like, just great.
Could you run?
Could I run before? You know what I mean? Not really. I mean, I can jog, but I don't do any more impact, anything like that. I do elliptical and bike, and I keep it like that. There was something I wanted to ask you. Oh, yeah. I asked you about the appointment because I got in a fight with Jackie yesterday. Now, she wasn't talking to me. I was wrong, said some things I shouldn't have. And she shut it down. And to her credit, man, never came around. She said, I don't want to talk to you all day. Even did that thing at night where she's watching TV and I come back out of my office. Hey, what's up? What do you want? I'm like, well, man, she's keeping it going all the way to the end.
Wow, commitment.
Yeah. So I, for a minute, started to get a little bullheaded. And I'm like, you know what, man? I'm going to start doing my own stuff, take care of my own shit. And if she doesn't want to talk to me, that's fine. I mean, I was wrong. I apologize. So I have 2 contact lenses left. So right away, I go, all right, I got to order new contact lenses. And right away, I go, oh, man, where do we go now? Who's our doctor? I'm like, we used to go to a place on Central Avenue. I don't think we go there anymore. Shit, do we go to the other place? And I realized, bro, I don't do anything, man.
Wait a minute.
So like
Don't tell me.
What?
You're the guy where like he gets old, right? 80s, 85, and the wife passes away before you. You're telling me you're completely lost.
Oh, wait, listen, I'm going to need Jackie before she passes away to help me order a bride online. Listen, you're going to do a Google over here to the Philippines or something like that. You're going to help me with one last delivery.
So wait, I gotta map this out for the listeners. She's in charge of making doctor's appointments, refilling your contact lenses.
I'll go, Jack, I'm running out of contacts. And she's like, she'll go, all right, well, you're going to have to, I think you passed your appointment. When's the last time you got your eyes checked? And I'm like, I'll go, I don't know. And she'll go, well, I'll look it up. I'll call. And then it's usually been over a year. So she'll be like, all right, you have an appointment for da-da-da, just go in. And I'm like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, she does. God, she does everything for me.
Does she pay all the bills?
Yes.
Yes. I know.
I mean, the best I do with the money is once in a while. I can't see. You got a phone call or something?
Yeah, phone call's coming in, but my wife is supposed to get this. But talk about responsibilities. You know, it's like that's come on, answer the phone. Can you believe it? And the phone is ringing throughout the house too. This is the main gate. They're calling the house and me and her at the same time. Nothing.
I see you now. What?
Oh, it's the guys. The guys are here to drop off the thing, and she's still not answering. All right, so listen.
Yeah.
She pays the bills. She makes her appointment. Does she do the grocery shopping?
Yeah. Even, by the way, when she does the bills, once in a while I'll walk by and go, she doesn't do them every day, you know. I'll go, how's she looking? You know, like I don't even know how much money we got in there. I just, I got it coming from different various sources. So it's just
okay. Listen, I gotta ask you, and I think this is on everybody's mind. If you ain't working, what are you doing? Like, what is your responsibilities at the house?
My newsletter. and it's cast.
Oh, that takes up 3 hours during the
week. No, seriously.
Do you dress you? Do you dress yourself?
Yeah. By the way, though, when I go to bed at night, if I'm going to wear, like a lot of times, most of the time, what I'm wearing to go to bed at night, I'm going to wear in the morning when I wake up. So when I go to bed, I just take everything off and it like lands on the bathroom floor and stuff and on the floor. So she goes the other day, you don't even get a fucking hook You don't even get, like, what kind of grown man just throws their clothes? And I'm like, what are you, a widow? And this is your first date with a new guy, Jack? You've been with me. I've been throwing him on the floor for 20 years. And she's like, for 20 years, I've been yelling at you. She's fucking, I know. I wish, so, like, if I try to be like a guy like you or Clooney-esque, and I'm like, I would do that for like a day or two. I hang my clothes and like my toothbrush and do all, but it's a lot of work. And by day 3, I'm just throwing the clothes on the floor again. I'm going back to. Now, I do a lot at home, though. I feel bad. She's going to hear this. I do a lot. I mean, when she comes home with the groceries, I help unload them. I help do the dishes all the time. I vacuum the whole house. I make the bed in the morning. I obviously spend time with Sadie. Yeah, so. I'm just saying, I mean, she's the captain, man, without a doubt. Yeah. So anyway,
so she's running the ship.
And when she didn't talk to me, it was like, I don't know how it is. Have ever happened with you, Alana, where she doesn't talk to you all day?
No. See, that's the beauty here is we're always talking. Even when we're upset, we can't go the silent treatment. My father was a master at this. My father would go silent for 3 days.
My dad, I could have some good runs, but that's impressive, man.
Yeah. My mother would be like, "Are you going to talk?" He wouldn't even respond. Like it was like.
Now he would do that to you if he was mad at you too, right? Like if
yeah, but like it was more like my mother.
Oh,
and
okay.
Him. You know, he would go into a deep silent. And would drive my mother crazy. My mother would want to talk it out. And my father would, like a statue, right?
Yeah.
So my question to you is, how do you break that silence? How did she come out of it?
She never usually does that, which is why I'm bringing it up. So usually within an hour or something, you know, but this time she was particularly annoyed. But then, you know, because we both got a certain amount of class. Sadie comes home. Neither of us are letting Sadie know that we're like not talking. So she'd start to like answer. That's the thing. Then I'd ask her something with Sadie around. And in my head, I'm like, what are you going to answer me in front of the kid? What kind of volatile situation are we raising her in? You know? So, but then this morning, you know, and then when I went to see her at the end of the night last night, she was like, I want to watch my show. Just leave me alone, right? And then this morning, she called down. She was like, good morning. And I'm like, nice. The freeze is over. It's like, what do they call when you stop buying stuff from another country? I forget what they do it all the time. But anyway.
Embargo?
I don't know. One of those words. Like, I mean, I just moped around all day, you know. I didn't have the contact place name. And then, you know, I got flowers and I didn't know who they were from. And she did. And I'm like, she's not telling me. That was the whole thing.
Yeah, no, it sounds like you got to maintain direct communication with your wife in order for you to survive. I mean,
I realized
this went on what another 24 hours. You might have been blind and hungry. I mean, it's
yeah. You got a point. Luckily, she had made a large soup, so at least last night I'm like, well, even if she don't serve me, I can at least scoop this shit into a bowl and heat it up. I mean, a monkey can do that, you know. But we're out of soup, man. So luckily, we made up.
Oh,
are we you know, moving forward? What's the plan with this cast? How you feeling about the?
What are we doing?
You know, time-wise, you know, a couple of, you know, I don't know. Last time you didn't want to bring it up. You were like, might have some surprises.
Oh, this is the surprise.
But can they expect it next week? What are you thinking, man?
I don't know. I mean, listen, my fear
yeah.
when we were doing 2 a week, and maybe it's changed, definitely. But remember when we were doing 2 a week, and about 20 minutes in, we'd go, show sucks, don't have anything, right? I feel now we could get on here and just go. We could do it 5 days a week, I think.
Yeah.
Hey.
I agree now. It's way easier. Like, this is an ebb and flow, and of course. But yeah, I do remember that, man. I can't tell you how many times my weekend gets affected by this cast. If I feel it wasn't funny, I'm like, I come out of here and I'm in a bad mood. And if I feel it was real good, then I'm like, I'm nicer to my family. It's fucked up.
No, it's like a bad set. You have a bad set, you walk off, it's like you're in a bad mood and you can't wait to get back up on stage again. So same thing with the cast. Did I tell you I put together a popcorn machine? Did I tell you this?
No, like how many? Like a lot of directions.
Yeah, I'll just show it to you. It's over there. You see it?
Oh, I like those. I've always wanted one of those. One of those old-fashioned ones with the wheels.
Yeah. I got to tell you, bro.
Yeah.
It's changed the movie experience for us.
I bet. I got to get that for Jackie. Next big gift. Talk to me here. Good popcorn.
Yeah, we're still trying to master the popcorn. We don't do microwave popcorn. We always do it on the stove with that thing. I don't think that we gave you one that really pop.
Which is great. It's a lot of work, but when we really want to treat ourselves, we use that because it makes the best popcorn. It really does.
Yeah, you can't beat stovetop popcorn in my opinion. The microwave, but you get a little and then this is like, and I'm not a big movie popcorn guy as far as going to the movies and getting popcorn. People say they love movie popcorn. I don't really care for it. I like homemade popcorn. Of course, I like a lot of butter on the popcorn, but we don't do that just because I'd die of a heart attack in the middle of the movie. But Lana makes the best popcorn I've ever had. Colorado Kernels. It's called. They're from Colorado. I'll get the name for you next cast. God, what are they called? Denver. Yeah, Colorado. It's small kernels. I like a small. I don't like a big puffy kernel. Do you? Do you like when the popcorn's big?
I'm not that much of a popcorn guy, but I like more honestly the caramel. What do you call it?
Oh God, forget it. That's come on. Caramel corn guy.
But yeah, you got us popcorn. It was small and it threw me off because I was like, "What's with this shit?" But it was fantastic because I always equate the bigger and puffier with the more delicious, but that's not the case in the popcorn world, is it?
No, bro. I'm telling you. Boulder Pop. That's what it's called. Boulder Pop. That's the popcorn we got you. It's our favorite popcorn. It's amazing.
It was really delicious.
So Lana gets this thing cooking because we're doing like not movie nights, but we're watching Succession on HBO right now, and she comes up here and gets it going, and I walk in, and I got to tell you, it's like walking into a Cineplex with the smell.
Oh man, that's awesome.
And the sound of the popcorn hitting the tin and it's coming out, it's spilling over. It's like, and then when I love it. To add to the experience, but I think we got to take these out because that's all we're doing is eating this. I put about 10 glass jars of different candy on a wall here.
Yeah.
So M&M's, Starburst, Butterfinger, and it's like, fix yourself a little bag. We got little scoops. You fix yourself a little bag. No reason to leave the house. Nobody bothering you. Every time I go to the movies, I'm upset because someone got their feet up on the thing or they're eating popcorn. The whole thing. It's like sticky floor. The guy in front of you's checking his Instagram and the light looks like, the Luxor Hotel. It's like
everything, even the drive. This movie better not suck because I got a 10-minute drive back home afterwards. Everything. I'm right there with you.
The bathroom. You got to race to the bathroom. Here. It's like you pause it. Because Lana's got a lot of questions. Right? She turns around, pause it, discuss. Oh, that guy is from that family, and that's okay.
So Jackie asks the question, though, and I tell her, I go, just tell me pause. Now I got to rewind because I didn't hear what he said. Like
Yeah,
I like how
no.
you say, Lon, this is pause, ask question. Yes. It's amazing what women don't catch in a movie. I guess they don't really care as much as us. That's the problem.
Is it a woman thing? Because I am watching the same thing. Here we go, another call. I'm watching the same thing she's watching, and it's like, you didn't hear what he just said? And I'm thinking to myself, this is why we get in arguments in our relationship. You ain't hearing shit.
It makes you wonder, but then they'll say, well, I'm not really into this movie. I'm like, yeah, but you're looking at the screen, and he just said, da-da-da, I know. I don't get that. But let me ask you this. So with this movie thing here, when you guys go to have movie night, do you even say like 10:01 or 10 o'clock start so the whole family knows? Or do you just kind of like a living room, you just go in, pop it on? Because I'm like, the more realistic, I almost want to have trailers playing before you even start watching the movie you want to watch.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I'm thinking.
Oh my God, I'm gonna start doing that.
Some old ones especially.
You know what I'm gonna do? Because this is the perfect idea. Lana's always like, what movie should I watch? I want to do, after hearing your idea, we're watching Succession, right? So what I want to do is in the queue have 4 movies that are trailers before we watch Succession, and I tell her, out of those 4, pick the next movie you want to watch.
That's a great idea.
Because we're always sitting there going, what do you want to watch? And then what should we want? If I go and premeditate the trailers, I think we could. Oh, this is a great idea. What a great idea.
Even when we go to pick a movie on Netflix or something, a lot of times it won't have a trailer. I'll Google it. The trailer's online, and then me and Jackie will hold it up and look at it on the couch. And just, you ever watch a trailer? You're not even halfway through, and you're like, beat it. Watch. I mean.
I've also done it the other way around. I've been halfway through the trailer and I stopped the trailer because I don't even want to know. Because you could basically get the vibe of the movie through the trailer.
Like, yeah, you do that. I hear you. You go, I'm in. Shut it down. I'm already in. I love it. I love it. We watched a trailer the other day with Liam Neeson. What is this guy drinking? What is he, 70 years old? And, bro, he doesn't even look good. He is just handsome. If I was a woman, I'd make love to him. No problem.
Oh yeah, he's not only that, but the movies he does, it's just like, it's like a modified superhero. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he leaned hard into that, man. That's all he's doing now.
That's all he does. He's on a train, he's getting his daughter out of Uruguay or whatever.
yeah. And, we always find out he's ex everything, high ops, this, that, the other thing. And every time.
I got to tell you, if I wasn't a comedian, that's how I would want to walk around life. Undescript, under the radar, but I know how to do everything, right? Yeah. Denzel Washington, same character in The Equalizer. You ever see this movie?
Yes.
Okay, there's 2 of them. Equalizer 2's out. Instead of watching Irishman this weekend, if you haven't seen Equalizer 2, get in bed with that. Holy Christ. That's how I want to, I got a dream of like knowing some either a martial art or knowing how to get out of situations, and 2 guys coming up to me going, yeah, you think, and it's within seconds they're on the floor.
God, right? Like you don't even wrinkle your suit. Right? Oh man. You would have to start at 6. Like as soon as your neighbor walked you back home when you were 8 years old from sleepwalking, the next morning you would have had to start training with a Buddha monk. Every day, cut out of school and just do that, like, right? But I'm with you. Just how cool. Just,
oh, God.
Like, someone comes up to you in a parking lot and you're like, just, walk away.
But, yeah, you're so confident in your abilities that someone's like, yeah, he's going to carjack you. And you hit them in the neck and they're like, oh, my. and they can't breathe. It happens so quick. They're not only trying to get air in their lungs, but at the same time they're trying to figure out what just happened.
Right. But you're so badass. After you do that to them, you're holding them and gently putting them back in a chair and whispering, "Don't worry, you'll be able to breathe soon." And then you walk away, and people don't even know he's fucked up because you sat him like Weekend at Bernie's back in his chair, bro. That is badass. There are like 5 people like that in the whole world. Tom Cruise is one of them, by the way.
I love the hurting someone and then taking care of. What a beautiful look.
I know.
Oh my God.
You see Anthony Hopkins do that in Hannibal. He stabs the guy and then he just kind of lays him down on the sidewalk like he's a slumbering wino, just hunched over. And they're like, people walk by and go, "Oh, look at him helping the bum." No, he just stabbed him to death. It's unbelievable.
Oh, God.
It's a great move.
It's a beautiful move, man. I like that. You just...
Yeah.
Because then that's a mind fuck for the guy because he's sitting there going, he can't breathe. And then in his head, he's going, "And he's helping me in the Oh, God.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's a dream of mine. I always wanted to be like, if I wasn't married, like deep undercover in like Beirut. Like literally, they're telling the FBI and CIA, when you land, you want to go see, they call them the core. Find the core. Like I got long hair, I'm in flip-flops, I speak Beirutese, Lebanese, haven't seen my family in years, I mean, just like deep. I barely remember my childhood. That's how deep I am.
I'm with you. It's a type of job. If you are married, you can't even tell your wife what you've been
married, bro. I made love to a woman from every country. I got like 2 countries left that I haven't made love to. Right, like, dude, I'm talking, right? Just
like Jason Bourne.
Oh my God! But not that, like, But I'm enjoying life, though. I'm not fucked up in the head.
Yeah. It's like you're sipping cappuccino and having a nice cannoli out in Venice, but then the next scene, you're tied up to a chair with a ball gag in your mouth, right? You got to get out of this, right?
Right. You got it, bro. And I got to make my way to Brazil because I got $100,000 buried in a hill. Right outside of town. Right? Oh, yeah, man. What a life.
Oh, what a life, man. Oh, is that great?
I don't think the pandemic is slowing those guys down.
I don't know, man. I think those guys had the vaccine in February.
I think you're right. Man. Who's got this thing? I mean, come on. Where is this thing? Are you even hearing? Is it like
my mom can't even get it. 75 years old. She can't even get it out here.
We'll see.
It's so screwed up the way this thing came out. It was like no prep, no nothing. I think they're asking people on Craigslist in an ad, "Do you want to give the vaccine? Come in for training." I mean, it's like they don't even have the people to give it.
Oh, man. I honestly thought there'd be a knock at my door. That's how it would work. They open up the cooler, the stuff still, you bring them into your kitchen, they already have a vial with all the names on it because they know from the past census, taxes paid, who lives where, and you all get the shot, and then they go to the next house, and they just make their way neighborhood to neighborhood. Nope.
Here's the problem.
What?
The storage of it, one of the vaccines, the Pfizer vaccine, it's got to be like 100 below zero. Now, I'm grateful that they came out with the thing, but didn't anybody in the meeting go, "Guys, I don't know about like storing this at this type of temperature.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that's got that type of freezer, right?"
Yeah. You ever go to a Rite Aid? They can't even keep a Klondike bar solid. Their freezers suck, bro. They do. I'm telling you. They don't even sell Ben & Jerry's. Like, what are you kidding me? We can't keep that shit frozen. Shit's too big. A pint? You out of your mind? Grab a fucking ice cream sandwich and shut up. I'm telling you, man. So, yeah, if you say you got to have it in dry ice, I say, then you know what? You didn't invent the vaccine because that's unrealistic. You talk to me when you got a room temp vaccine, and we'll go from there.
Well, the flu vaccine is stored in a refrigerator. I mean, so there has to be some type of storage, apparently, with vaccines that have some type of temperature control. Right. But when you're, 100 below zero, 80 below zero, whatever the hell it is, hospitals have that type of capability. I'm just saying, I was looking, like you were saying, to call up my doctor and go, I'm coming in today for the vaccine. And you go, okay. But I got to wait in line at Dodger Stadium and have a UPS driver stick me with a needle. I mean, it's just like, I don't even know.
I do feel like an extra in a Bruce Willis movie, lining up at Dodger Stadium for a shot. I mean, it's just bizarre, man. Unbelievable.
Oh, man, it's so bad.
And by the way, did they invent the vaccine in minus 100 degrees? Like, did they have to do it in a freezer? And then the guy came out, we got it. I got to go back in or else it's not going to work, but we got it.
Yeah, I don't know. Did the guy come out in a snowsuit and gloves saying, God damn, it's cold in there?
Or did you make it? As soon as you make it, you go, we made it. Now freeze it. Freeze it.
Oh, God.
I don't know. All right. Great hanging with you, brother.
Good hang. Good second show. I'm gonna go through this and see what we could throw out. But yeah, good hang. We could do this twice a week, no problem.
Beautiful. I agree.
For those of you listening to the Pete and Sebastian show, please share it on your socials. We always love to see new fans join the family here. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
Good hang.
Take care.